Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Phenomenal Woman Network Conference, Unleash. I am very happy to be here with you this morning. I am Pastor Victoria Burrs. I am from the United States in Atlanta, Georgia. Please forgive us for being a little bit off time, trying to get the time differences together. But I'm very grateful for being here with you this morning. If you are joining us, I hope that you'll plan to comment, ask any questions that you might have, and just share with us in any way that you might desire. We also hope that you will share this morning's broadcast out over your social media platforms so that all of those that you are connected to can have the benefit of what we share as a group and as a team this morning. So grateful for you all to come on. I see that you are joining us now. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever may be the case. And I'll give just a few more seconds for you to join us. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Pastor Victoria Burrs from the United States, Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm excited to share with you this morning. So listen, my topic this morning is going to be developing your leadership capacity for impact and for influence. Developing your leadership capacity for impact and for influence. As I get started this morning, if you are on and if you are viewing, please go ahead and give me a comment. I just want to be sure. Good morning, Prophet Keisha. I see you. Thank you for joining. I just want to be sure that you all are coming across and I'm coming across just fine to you. So I want to thank the convener of this amazing conference, Adelina Esther, and I have known her for about a year and a half now. I did speak at last year's conference, which was via WhatsApp, and so I'm very excited that we're taking on another platform on this morning as well to welcome you on. And I am grateful to her for all that she is doing with her consulting, with TEA Agency, with the Academy, the Leadership Academy. We have some amazing things coming forth with that as well. And I'm just very grateful for our friendship and our sisterhood and how we divinely have been able to connect even across the miles. So I'm going to go ahead and begin this morning again on our topic. And I know that you have many other amazing speakers today and tomorrow. And so I'm not going to be with you long this morning. I want to go ahead and get into this topic and come forth as I might. So developing your leadership capacity for impact and for influence. I'm very much a word person as I am a teacher. So I want to begin with some definitions. I want to be sure that we are all on the same page this morning as we talk about leadership capacity, as we talk about impact, and as we talk about influence. So understand that capacity relates to size or power. We often use the word capability, but we don't use the word capacity quite as often. So understanding that your capability is what you can do, but capacity is how long can you do it. And I love to just give this example of what we're talking about here from someone that might be exercising or lifting weights in a gym. And let's just use a 10-pound weight, for example. So you are able to lift a 10-pound weight. Most of us can. We can lift it 1 time, 2 times, maybe even 10 times consecutively. But that is our capability. Now, capacity says, how many times can you do it? So yes, you can do it 10 times. but can you do it 20 times? Can you do it 30 times? So this is where power and your level of power kind of kicks in there. So I hope that's helping you to understand the difference between capability and capacity. And when it comes to leadership, and when it comes to a legacy of leadership, capacity is so very important because you're not just trying to hit a mark, but you're trying to sustain that mark that you're hitting. You're not just trying to lead for a day, but the goal is to lead for a lifetime, granted in many different situations, circumstances, perhaps in many different organizations. But the goal is to sustain whatever it is that you are involved in and leading. So this is capacity. Now, also, the word impact. The word impact is effect, not AFF, but EFFECT. The word impact also relates to power, and then it relates to something called sway. Sway is your ability to influence people in such a way that you are moving in the same direction. So I want to be sure to differentiate, not manipulate. So we're not talking about manipulation, but we're talking about our ability to work with people, perhaps even work with a team, so that we can center them around a goal or a set of goals and objectives, and that we can all move in the same direction. And sway becomes important because when you come together as a group or team, initially, everybody may not be thinking the same. Everybody may not be, as we say often here in the States, everybody may not be on the same page. And so sway is your ability as a leader to positively impact the people that you're working with, to reorient them to moving forward in the same direction on whatever the set goals or tasks are you are stepping out to achieve. Influence. Again, as we define influence, we have the word what? Power. And so when we define capacity, we use the word power. When we define impact, we use the word power. And now we're defining the word influence. And so we're using the word power again. But also to influence, add the words guidance and inspiration. I love that. Guidance and inspiration. And so as leader, whoever you are leading, whatever teams, whatever organizations, understand that it is your responsibility to provide guidance and to provide inspiration. You are looked to as the leader to provide guidance and inspiration. People that you are leading don't just look to you to provide an instruction, but to be able to guide them from wherever they are to wherever they have the potential of being, and to be able to inspire them. And to me, inspiration means you're able to kind of mess with what we call their want to. Because sometimes we know we need to do something, but we don't really want to do it. But when you have the ability to affect a person's want to cause them to want to do more, to cause them to want to be more, to cause them to want to go further than they're going now, now we are talking about influence for impact. Amen. And great capacity in the way that we lead. So we've got three words: capacity, impact, and influence. And all of them included the word power in the definition. So let me go into that for a minute. So in most cases, the greatest power that we can have over another person is influence. Right? So we're not talking here manipulation. We're not talking about pushing, but we're talking about our ability to influence someone, to guide them, to inspire them to more, to do more, to be more. This is also called salt and light. It is also known as being the truth in the light, in the life, of other people. Truth in the life of other people. Being that truth is something that provides guidance and inspiration along a journey, and it provides influence. Now, influence in and of itself is neither good or bad. It is how we use it. So let's understand that influence is a power. It is a power. But how we use that power determines the effect that we have on the lives of other peoples. And I believe it determines the end result of the life that we live. I do believe that what you reap what you sow. So if we use influence to sow negative things, hurtful things, bad things, things that lack character and integrity, if we use influence to sow those things in the lives of people, I believe that we receive that back into our own lives. So influence is neither good or bad. It is how you use it. So let's now just choose that we're going to use the influence that we have, the influence that we've been given for the good of others, which in turn will also be for the good of ourselves. There are a few things that makes your influence the most powerful. The first is consistency. And in a moment, I'm going to dig deep on consistency. That's where I'm going to kind of be resting today in this talk. When people around you can count on you to speak and act and do consistently every time, you automatically have a level, and often a great level, of influence in their lives. The second thing is clarity. When people can not only hear from your mouth what you're going to do, but when they see, in other words, when they see you do it, this is a great influence on the lives of others. I thought about this last night. What comes out of your mouth will grab someone's attention. But the life that you live is what will keep someone's attention, and then you become influential in their lives. So it's not enough to talk about it, but as we say, you got to be about it. So it's about the life that you live. What are you modeling before others? And here we go back to influence. Are you modeling the positive? Are you modeling the good? Are you modeling the right? Are you modeling the true? And are you modeling it consistently? So we're talking about leadership here, right? So automatically we're talking about people. So I want to talk a little bit about, again, this sway effect, this effect that we have, the ability of having on people, because this is where consistency can come in. So what is it that we consistently display when we're dealing with people? What is it that they can count on from us consistently? When we talk about consistency, I'm talking about stability. I'm talking about being reliable. I'm talking about being stable. I'm talking about being dependable. And so my ability to influence and impact the lives of others is directly related to my ability to display consistent behaviors before other people. That is directly related to my ability to be one that is influential. So if someone asks you, or if someone were asked to describe 3 traits about you, I want you to think about this. Would consistency be one of the traits that they describe? Would that be one of the words? And I'm just shifting around here a little bit. Would consistency be one of the words that came out of their mouths when they described who you are? Because when a leader is consistent in their approach, the team can always understand what direction they're coming from. They're easier to predict, easier to work with, versus someone that is inconsistent. If you've ever worked with or worked for an inconsistent leader, oftentimes as you step up to the table, for example, for a project, people will not step out. People will not volunteer. People will not show the initiative you'd like to see if your leadership is inconsistent, because they're not sure if they're going to do the right thing. They're not sure what you might ask for next. They're not sure what you might expect of them. This is key, and it is critical in terms of being consistent. Understand that a lack of consistency breeds fear in a people. Because when you are working with someone, when you have shared values, when you are working together toward a goal, by nature, the people want to do well. They want to do well for the organization. They want to do well for the leader. And so if they're not sure they can do well, rather than operating from a place of confidence and a place of joy, they can operate from a place of fear. And that is not what you want. It slows down the progress and your ability to get things done. So by showing your most consistent side, even when you don't feel like it, right? By showing your most consistent side, one of the things that happens is that you build trust in the team that you are stepping forth to lead. And the fact that you are influential in a person's life means that you have established a level of trust in their life. They trust you. They trust you to be consistent. They trust you to be a person of your word. They trust you to do what you said you're going to do. In other words, you're a person of great character and integrity. So this consistency is key when we talk about developing a leader's capacity for impact and for influence. The other thing that is very important that I want to talk about is just looking at how we can be more consistent as a leader. The first step is deciding that you're going to be consistent. And this is what I shared a minute ago when I shared doing what you may not feel like doing all the time, but doing what you know you need to do, doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, being consistent before the people, understanding your values and ensuring that the people around you understand your values, not just because you speak them, but because you live them, because you walk them out on a daily basis. I would always recommend that you make decisions in line with whatever your core values are. And you need to know what your core values are as leader. The other thing is, as leader, in terms of developing your capacity, you have to find your own style. Understand who you are, how you were made, how you were created to be. Be okay with that and lead consistently from that. There's that word consistent again. I discovered while I was studying this and preparing for this that I couldn't talk about building a leadership capacity without talking about consistency. So it keeps coming up again. So I want you to find your own style. What are your management techniques? What things are working for you, are producing good fruit for you in the lives of others and in your life as well? And lead from those places. Then you will see your capacity, again, not just what you can do, but how long you can do it. Then you will begin to see your capacity expand. How do I know what kind of influence I have on the lives of others? Here are a few things you want to ask yourself. What kind of fruit do you bear? So as you continue to work with others, as you continue to build teams, build business, build organization, wherever the arena or sphere you are called to, what's the result of it? And I really, really, really encourage you to focus on people, because at the core, leadership is about people. So are people's lives better because they've come into contact with you? Or is what you have on the inside of you, when it is poured out to others, are they growing from it? Or when people come into contact with you, when you speak to or spend time with others, is it negative? Is it destroying? Is it killing? And we don't want that. So what kind of fruit do you bear? Allows you to know what kind of influence you have. Here's the second one. What kind of friends do you have? What does your circle look like? Who are the people that are closest to you? Where are they in their lives? Where are they in their leadership capacity? Are they growing? Are your relationships growing and developing with one another? What kind of influence do I have? What type of people, this is number 3, what type of people desire to be around you? Who is it that's trying to be in your space? Who is it that's trying to be a part of your team? Who is it that is coming to you for wisdom, for direction, for mentorship? Here's number 4. How do others speak of you? Understand that your reputation is created by the influence that you have. Let me say that again, because that's very important. Your reputation is created by the influence that you have. And here's the 5th thing, and I'm about done now. How do I know what kind of influence I have? Why is that influence so important? Because your influence will live longer than you. Your influence will live longer than you. It will live through your children, through your family. It will live through your friends. Are you leading an organization? It will live through that organization. I just left Antigua meeting with the founder and the board and some of the board members of an organization that has been in existence for 33 years. The influence of this founder still lives in that organization and will continue to live even after she has departed this life. So, building our capacity for influence and for impact means as a whole that we focus not just on what we say, but the life that we live. And that focus begins with understanding who we are, our values, our core values, and not just how we speak them, but how we live them. Are you living a life that others desire to model their lives after? Because they see the fruit, because they see what you are bearing, because they see the positive impact that you're having on others, because they see as they're connected to you, as you grow, they grow as well. This is increasing your capacity for impact and influence. I'm so very glad to have had time to spend with you this morning. I am going to take just a few moments and look through the comments. If there are any questions, I welcome you to add your questions to the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Good morning from Nigeria. Good morning, good afternoon. And I think it's late afternoon, early evening in Nigeria. So God bless you for those that are listening in Nigeria. God bless you for those that are joining in the States, in the United States. Today is Thanksgiving. And so thank you for taking time this morning to share with us in this setting. We invite you to continue to share this broadcast, share this link. There are several other really powerful women leaders that are coming forth to speak between today and tomorrow. So please pay attention so that you don't miss the notifications as they come up, so that you can catch what they have to say. All right, so I do not see any questions. So I just want to say thank you again for being with me today, allowing me into your day. I pray I've shared something that will bless you. I invite you to join me also on social media. I'll go back and put the comments on it. And so I look forward to your friend request. And again, I look forward to you sharing this with others that are in your network. I hope that you have a beautiful, amazing day, and I look forward to being with you again soon. Esther, I'm so glad that you invited me to be here. I am grateful, grateful, grateful for you. I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon. We've got some amazing things coming up in January around leadership, so we hope that you will be on the lookout for that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening again to the Phenomenal Woman Network, and have an amazing day.